So I just finished watching Marriage Boot Camp, season 7, episode 7, and I'm really like at this episode. I really like believe a few things that I saw as far as reality TV is concerned. I don't think that these people realize how much of their lives they actually are putting out there sometimes, because this is one of those things. Well, anytime you're on reality TV, you choose what we get to see. So as far as I'm concerned, if I was on TV, I think I would not drink as much, because I wouldn't want alternative of myself to show, to where I wasn't always cognizant of what I was putting out. And what I saw with the couple from the Real Housewives of New Jersey was one of those things where I knew that one of them was inebriated, but he showed his true colors, and that was pretty ugly. So this show was about communication. This episode was about communication, and they pretty much did the exercise where one person one person has a blindfold on and drives a golf cart, and then their significant other tells them the directions to turn to drive in order to get through the little obstacle course that they have. They got to the point where they were using Margot, and they told her to choose between Nico and Merica, and she really wanted to choose Nico, but Merica told her to choose between her past and her future, so she used that as a reason to choose Nico. And like I said before, I still think they are cheapening this show, which is already considered to be the graveyard of reality TV stars. So I'll leave that there. Pretty much, Margot and Nico end up winning, and Kiki gets mad because she doesn't feel like Nico and Margot are a real couple, which in reality they are. They're like, this is their spiel to this is what they do. They leech on to reality shows. This shouldn't even be their relationship shouldn't even be on the show, simply because they cheapened the already cheap show, which is, how do you bring a girlfriend onto Marriage Boot Camp, but also how do you bring a girlfriend on Marriage Boot Camp while you are married? And not only are you married, you're not even considering getting divorced. What kind of mess is that? Like, I know they're trying to get viewers, but why would you let these leeches come on to another reality show that they don't deserve to be on? These aren't reality stars. Nobody cares about them at all. Nobody. I haven't heard anybody request the latest Nico track. Nothing. Marco had a song called War, so I think that's probably why they are leeching on to as many reality shows as possible, so they can, you know, get their music heard by somebody. But that's about all I can think of why they did that. So anyway, Kiki is mad. Her and Margot get into it. America steps in and say that she's the one who should be mad, and Kiki says, well, I'm mad for you. And they disperse on or whatever. For winning, Margot and Nico get a dinner outside served by the other people, the other reality show stars, and Jim and his wife end up serving them or whatever. And while they serving, they coming back in and telling America everything that they see. They saying that they see, they got twinkles in their eyes, and they really like each other and they really care for each other. Which they really married once this is over, and they don't need to, they can't find another show to be on. They gonna dump all the people they don't, use to get on reality TV and be together like always. I mean, that's just what they do. So at the end of, well, pretty much Nico asks Margot, you think we ever be back together? Margot says maybe. Um, Kiki is upstairs mad, and Michael is trying to help her out. I love the way Michael treats Kiki. Um, he's really good for her, especially with the relationship she went through before, where she was in that abusive relationship, and she ended up having to stab him to for what she said save her life. So I think that's he's a really good balance for her, because she can really blow out the handle at times. But I don't know what, I like Kiki. I don't know, maybe it's from, but I think it's the fact that she never got a real chance to fully show her potential as an artist. because of what happened with her and her ex in the past. And I really just want her to get her first shot to be able to, sing as great as she can, because she's a really good singer. She's up there with Fantasia, and to me, Lil Mo can really sing to me, but she was always a hook girl. So those, like, I think she's up there with them as far as vocal ability, and maybe even higher. But I mean, I love me some Fantasia outside of the All Lives Matter mess. So anyway, Michael is consoling Kiki, and then I guess the dinner is pretty much over because Kiki and them comes downstairs, and America hugs Kiki from behind or whatever, just giving her a hug, nothing big, nothing serious. And Margot sees it and gets upset. So Margot's mad at America. America's mad at Margot for choosing Nico. And Judge Tola comes in, and she, pretty much tells everybody, they did an all right job or okay job or whatever, but she tells Michael that, she saw that him and Kiki were cheating because Michael had his foot on the gas pedal when he was telling Kiki to drive, which I thought was pretty smart, but whatever. So I think that's really why Kiki was mad, because not only did they lose, but they cheated and still lost. So she pretty much, she pretty much told Michael, like, you are a crutch for her. If she's gonna get better, you need to allow her to get better herself or whatever. The other couple, Dale and whatever his wife name is, they were the losers or whatever, so they got punished. And his wife, whose name I cannot remember for nothing, she had to use a bullhorn to talk because they said she has no voice. So we move on to pretty much the end. Um, Trying to think if anything special happened. Kiki was in the bed with Michael, and she said that she felt like this is the worst mistake she could have ever done. I don't agree. I think that this is getting her name out there. The bad thing is it's cheapened because of the Margot Nico America triangle. Like, this is really cheapened. And if they were not on the show, then I think that this show would have been maybe the best season, simply because they have some of the best reality shows from cancel shows like Storm and Karen from Mob Wives. I'm the New Jersey couple. I don't really know how popular they were on the show. However, their situation is the reason that I'm thinking, because we found out, like, right at the end, that Jim is very, very verbally and mentally abusive to his wife. And pretty much, this is what I was getting to. He was very inebriated, which you can tell by the way he's slurring his words. But he stood over his wife and told her that she puts her mouth on him, and it's like a lube job, and that he's gonna, sleep with other women, and it's nothing she can do about it, and it's only her fault, and that she's a great mother. But once their daughter turns 18, he's gonna go out immediately and sleep with a 22-year-old, and it's nothing she can do. Well, it's nothing she can say, because she'll know that it's all her fault. And I'm just thinking, you know what? He's drunk. She's not really, she's probably gonna cry and it's gonna hurt her feelings, but she know, at the end of the day, that he just, a jerk, and like he's abusive or whatever. But lo and behold, she goes into the confessional and says, you know what? It's all my fault. Like, I don't give him enough attention, and I don't, I'm not doing something right. And I'm just like, what the? That was like the saddest thing I've heard in a while from a grown woman. Like, it's sad to see somebody in that situation. I'm hoping that when she watches this back, she sees how bad she's being treated and how bad it looks. But I can't fault. I can fault her a little bit, but I can't fault a person who is in the midst of being taken through mental and verbal abuse, and they don't really see it because they don't know their worth. All right, so that was this episode of Marriage Boot Camp. It was pretty much like not a really good show. Last week's episode, not too much happened on there. I was celebrating my anniversary, which is why I didn't do any videos last week. So that's that. All right, you guys, you have a good night. And I'll upload more videos later. Have a good one.